Rachel Zegler has suddenly vanished from the public just days after Disney reportedly confronted her about the disastrous performance of Snow White. The actress, who's been at the center of massive controversy, has gone completely silent. No interviews, no social media, nothing. Multiple sources claim she hopped on a plane and fled to Dubai, leaving everyone wondering what exactly she's running from. Fans couldn't help but remember a viral clip showing Zegler in her Snow White costume, complaining about her working conditions. "Every hour I am in the outfit of Snow White, wearing the dress all 18 hours. I deserve to be paid for every single one." The entitlement didn't sit well with audiences. As one critic put it, "Cry me a river. Did Steven Spielberg not pay you for your role in West Side Story? Did Disney fail to give you a healthy paycheck?" Her sudden disappearance comes after massive backlash, viral outrage, and mounting legal drama. Sources say Disney executives were already considering serious options, like enforcing morality clauses or slashing her bonuses. The timing is particularly suspicious. Zegler vanished right after reports surfaced that Disney held an emergency meeting to determine if she's to blame for the Snow White catastrophe. The situation got so bad that Disney reportedly hired a special media consultant to follow her around constantly, making sure she didn't continue making inflammatory comments about Snow White, the prince, young love, women want to get married, Steven Spielberg, the executive producer of her previous movie, and white people whom she claimed questioned her Latina identity during her first film. The reaction to Disney's latest expensive mistake has been absolutely devastating. It's the worst box office performance from any Disney live-action remake ever, with projections showing the studio could lose between $200 and $400 million on this single film. Some believe Disney is gearing up for legal action, while others think quiet negotiations may already be underway behind closed doors. What makes this situation particularly bizarre is that Zegler's team claims she's just taking a break, but online detectives aren't buying it. Deleted social media posts, jet trackers showing her international movements, and a completely wiped schedule suggests something more serious is happening. No one knows when or if she'll return to the spotlight. Meanwhile, Disney is in full panic mode after Snow White flopped catastrophically. Insiders say the studio could lose up to $250 million. And there's buzz that they're pressuring Rachel to help cover the damage. The controversy first ignited back in September 2022 when Zegler and Gal Gadot, who plays the evil queen, were caught on the red carpet discussing their modern take on a classic story. The interview has now resurfaced as the movie releases, with Zegler saying, "It's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is, she's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be." These comments immediately sparked outrage among fans of the original fairy tale. According to insiders, things exploded after the film's opening weekend. Disney reportedly held a secret meeting to discuss whether Rachel Zegler's behavior broke her contract. From mocking the 1937 classic to pushing political views, her press tour allegedly caused serious damage to the film's prospects. This wasn't Disney's first headache with Zegler. They've reportedly been in a full meltdown about this girl for a couple of years. After having her tweet promotional content about Snow White that received millions of views, she immediately followed up with a controversial and never forget Free Palestine post. This was particularly problematic since her co-star Gal Gadot is Israeli. The situation was so concerning that Disney flew an executive producer out personally to ask her to remove a tweet, explaining that while she could have political views, they weren't helpful while trying to build an audience for a movie. She allegedly refused. According to one Disney executive, she burned down a billion-dollar brand with her own words. And apparently, no one in the room disagreed with that assessment. While Rachel Zegler escapes from her self-created disaster and hides out overseas, something unexpected is happening back home, a movie made of pixel blocks. Yes, Minecraft has completely stolen the spotlight and is dominating the box office, as one fan put it. You can't tell me Minecraft is the worst movie of 2025 when Snow White exists. The numbers tell a brutal story. Families were more than willing to support the Minecraft movie, while Rachel Zegler's Snow White continues to plunge in ticket sales. Critics initially mocked Minecraft, but fans showed up in droves, and now it's printing money like crazy. The contrast between the two films couldn't be more stark. One is crushing expectations, while the other has become a textbook example of how to alienate your audience. What's truly humiliating is that Minecraft in the United States made more money in one weekend than Snow White has made globally after 3 weekends. That's how catastrophic the situation has become. While Disney's supposed fairy tale reimagining barely crawled to $77 million after weeks in theaters, Minecraft exploded with a massive $300 million global opening. turning all expert predictions into a joke. Sources suggest Rachel Zegler totally lost it after seeing the opening numbers for the Minecraft movie and realizing how thoroughly it crushed Snow White at the box office. Disney essentially lit itself on fire and handed the win to a bunch of pixelated blocks. While House of Mouse kept pushing its controversial live-action Snow White, Minecraft stormed in and wiped the floor, making Disney's latest flop look like a bad high school project on YouTube. The box office numbers are telling. The Minecraft movie made $60 million on a single Saturday, while Snow White made just $2 million. Over its opening weekend, Minecraft dominated, performing significantly better than analysts projected. Meanwhile, Snow White has struggled to cross the $160 million mark globally. Critics were certain Minecraft would crash and burn. They called it too simple, too childish, and too blocky to ever succeed in theaters. But the movie exploded, proving all those expert predictions wrong. AS1 Observer noted, "You know the saying, go woke, get broke. Disney's going to lose money on this movie, and I believe it only made less than $1 million in China." The real kicker is that Disney thought they could coast on nostalgia while ignoring every warning fans gave them. Turns out, publicly trashing your own fairy tale isn't the best way to sell movie tickets. This is just the beginning of a much larger problem for Disney, one that includes boardroom panic, wild blame games, and a lead actress who somehow forgot she was playing one of the most iconic characters in movie history. The Minecraft video game, introduced in 2011, has sold more than 300 million copies, creating a massive fan base of people who actually care about the property. In theory, Snow White should have had a similar advantage. It's the movie that made Disney the studio it is today. They should have been more cautious with their own billion-dollar IP. A faithfully adapted Snow White would likely have made $1 billion at the box office. White showings were reportedly quiet and sparsely attended. Minecraft theaters were packed. Some showings were out because they were having too much fun. Minecraft is creating what industry insiders call a live audience reaction event, where people go just to be part of something, to interact with the movie itself. It's creating a cultural movement. Front and center in the voice cast is Jack Black, who, despite saying some controversial things over the years, knows how to bring big laughs and crazy energy that fills seats. Audiences instantly connected with Minecraft's fun, lighthearted vibe and appreciate how it actually stayed true to the game's spirit, something Disney probably should have done with Snow White. The critical reception shows a disconnect. Critics gave Minecraft a weak 40% on review sites, but actual audiences gave a solid 87%. As one commentator put it, "That's kind of all that matters, because these people pay the bills. These critics don't." Videos of teens in suits shouting lines and cheering like they were at a concert have gone viral online. The energy is unreal, and it's a stark contrast to the reception Snow White is getting. Minecraft is winning because they stayed true to their actual audience. Whereas if Disney had made a faithful adaptation of the original Snow White, industry experts believe it would have made $1 billion instead of becoming one of the studio's biggest flops. While Minecraft continues to break records, sell out theaters, and bring families together, Rachel Zegler remains thousands of miles away, watching everything collapse. And things aren't getting better, they're getting worse. Social media has turned into a digital battlefield, where people are still picking apart her apology line by line. Some users are comparing it to past PR scandals, while others are matching the exact phrases to classic damage control templates used by major studios. The general consensus: it wasn't even her words, just another post crafted by Disney's legal team trying to patch up a PR disaster they should have seen coming. Most fans believe the apology felt too clean, too scripted, too corporate. There was no emotion, no real ownership, no sign of someone who truly understood what went wrong. It came off cold and robotic, like a memo rather than a genuine message. Instead of softening the backlash, it only poured gas on the fire. People weren't moved, they were annoyed. It just confirmed what many had already feared. Rachel Zegler wasn't speaking from the heart, because maybe she never was. Behind closed doors, the mood is reportedly just as bad. According to insiders, Rachel is devastated. There are whispers that she's broken down, crying more than once, completely overwhelmed by how quickly the tide turned against her. Not long ago, she was supposed to be the new face of Disney, the chosen one. She had spin-offs lined up, brand deals in the works, and international campaigns ready to launch. People were calling her the next big thing. Now, her team is reportedly falling apart. Some want to go all in, fire back, own the moment, and rebuild her brand with a bold comeback. But others are saying it's time to disappear, lay low, and vanish from the spotlight, maybe even for years. They're advising her to play the long game and let the storm pass, if it ever does. Because let's be honest, This isn't just a bump in the road. This is a full-blown collapse. A total wipeout. Rachel Zegler's Hollywood dream didn't just slip away. It blew up on impact. The contrast between the two films couldn't be more brutal. One film delivers fun, joy, and heart, while crushing the box office. The other tries to fix a beloved classic, scold the audience, and flops harder than anyone could have predicted. And what about Disney? The studio that once ruled the world is now fumbling the bag on a weekly basis. Executives are pointing fingers. The marketing department is in shambles. And the fans? They've had enough. Snow White was supposed to be a slam dunk, a safe bet. Instead, it became a masterclass in what not to do, on screen and off. Rachel, whether fair or not, has become the face of that failure. Her comment about the original story being outdated, her jabs at the prince, her dismissive tone, it all added up. Now she's carrying the blame, while the studio quietly distances itself in the background. It's sad. It's shocking. And it's probably not the ending she imagined when she first put on that famous dress. So what's next? Will she bounce back? Will Disney pretend none of this ever happened? Or is this heading toward a full-blown legal fight over that rumored $120 million 0-cent loss? One thing's for sure. Rachel Zegler's silence speaks louder than any script apology ever could. And this story is far from over. The Snow White disaster has become a cautionary tale in Hollywood about respecting source material and understanding your audience. Disney's attempt to modernize and fix a classic fairy tale that wasn't broken has backfired spectacularly, and the financial consequences are severe. Industry analysts are now watching closely to see if this will affect Disney's approach to their upcoming live-action remakes of other classic properties. For Rachel Zegler, the road to redemption will be long and difficult. Her career, once meteoric in its rise after West Side Story, has hit a wall that few young actresses have faced so publicly. The combination of poor box office performance, controversial statements, and alleged difficult behavior has created a perfect storm that even the best PR teams would struggle to navigate. Some industry veterans suggest she might need to take a completely different path, perhaps independent films or a total rebrand away from family entertainment. Others believe a heartfelt, unscripted interview where she genuinely addresses a controversy might be the only way to begin repairing her image. Meanwhile, the Minecraft phenomenon continues to grow, showing Hollywood executives that audiences don't necessarily want modernized classics or political messaging in their entertainment. They want authentic storytelling that respects the source material they already love, AS1 studio executive anonymously told an Entertainment Reporter. The lesson here isn't complicated. When you have a beloved property with a built-in audience of millions, don't tell those millions of people they're wrong for loving it the way it is. Disney didn't just reinterpret Snow White. They lectured their audience about why the original was problematic, and the audience responded by staying home. For now, Rachel Zegler remains in Dubai, far from the spotlight, while Disney executives try to contain the damage and figure out their next move. But in Hollywood, memories are long, and this Snow White disaster will likely follow both the actress and the studio for years to come.